Right guys, we're back to bringing you the very best of entertainment news. This is VN News and we're coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. We're accessible on www.vnationtv.com. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. My name is Kelvin Afrique. Coming up on today's bulletin, Ghanaian actress honored in Hollywood. Managers of Beast of No Nation actor striker responds to issues. OLAMIDE releases new music, critical criteria. Ex-BBNAIJA housemate CEE-C tells her fans to embrace God. Still coming up, South African rapper CEE unveils record label. Coming up on the international front as well, Jermaine Jackson, 63, is set to wed 23-year-old girlfriend. Details of all the stories and sports coming up on today's bulletin. Don't forget that we are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, I'll be taking you through the stories. We'll be right back.
The powerhouse of entertainment.
Right guys, you welcome back. This is still VN News and we are coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you just logging on, you logged on right on time. We are just about to kickstart. It's either you're watching us live on Facebook or live on our TV channel. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because there is where you get a repost of all the exciting programs we have right here on VN TV, the powerhouse of entertainment. So let's move straight to a first story coming from Ghana, where a 5-year-old Ghanaian is actually making not just Africa proud, but Ghana at large proud in Hollywood. So Ghanaian actress honored in Hollywood. A 5-year-old Ghanaian Swiss actress, Lina Prior, has been receiving applause for winning an award at the just ended the Celebrity Experience TCE at Universal Studio in Hollywood, Los Angeles. So this 5-year-old happens to be one of the finest young talented kids right now in Hollywood, and she featured in a commercial, so she was awarded for a great performance in that commercial. Mind you, she's a Ghanaian, so the interesting thing right now is it's not the fact that she's receiving an award in Hollywood, but what is there to celebrate about is the fact that she's so Ghanaian. She's actually Swiss Ghanaian, so in as much as she has a little bit of Swiss in her, she's still Ghanaian, repping Africa. So we celebrate the 5-year-old actress today, and I hope that she does well in the coming years, because we want to see her not just in a commercial but in other, the stuffs that will trend, like Abraham Matar. Talking about Abraham Matar, let's move to our next story, where managers of the Beast of No Nation actor striker have come out to respond to issues. So let me give you a back end to this particular story. Not too long, it was reported that Striker was seen begging in the streets of Accra, Ghana. Striker happened to have played alongside Abraham Matar, who is currently in the United States of America studying. Now, according to reports, the boy went on an interview to give his own, part of different story altogether, saying that the $30,000 that was paid to him as a result of the role he played in Beast of No Nation, he's yet to receive that money. He also laid claims to the fact that some 10,000 Ghana cedis was paid to him in a movie, but he did not get that cash actually. I saw the interview. In as much as we're not bringing the interview right here on VN News, you can log onto our website www.vnationtv.com. you get a full detail of that particular interview. Now the managers has released a press statement saying that he actually made 1% of the total profit made from the movie Beast of No Nation, and that 1% happens to be $30,000. Now, according to reports, or according to the press release, the $30,000 is actually, as we speak, in a trust fund account in a Barclays Bank. Now, the managers are saying that he can only get access to that account when he's 18 years old. This year he turned 18, and they are saying he doesn't have any legal document for him to access that money. So the money, the $30,000 he made mention of, that he is not saying is in a trust fund account in Barclays Bank. And aside that, he also revealed that he was paid 10,000 cedis for a movie. Well, according to that press release also, the money wasn't actually 10,000 cedis. The money was 1,000 cedis, which is 1,000 Ghana cedis. And that money, some of it was used to buy suits and shoes for him to participate at the Teens Award, which he was also recognized then. Now they are saying that he also spoke about the fact he's not going to school. They are also saying that the producers of the film Beast of No Nation actually paid and rented an apartment for him in Cape Coast. So he has a place to stay in Cape Coast. He is actually in school, but they said he left school, he ran out of school, saying he doesn't like education, he want to do what some of us call right here handwork. We don't know how that is going to work for him, but they've apologized to the general public for any damages that might have caused, but they've asking the general public to make sure that they get a solid part of the story, and that is what the managers have released. But this is my own opinion. This is Africa. The boy has his own story, the manager has their own story. Who there would we believe? We don't know, but at the end of the day, they are saying that the issue will be resolved between the managers and striker himself. He's a young boy. I think he's exploring, so they should caution him well on how to speak with the media, on how to have a relationship with the media. There and then they can actually have their stuff going well for them. Now, away from that story, Ice Prince. For the past couple of days now, Ice Prince has been talking. Maybe it's because his former, I won't say maybe, I think it's because his former manager just got married to my very own girl, Becca. So yes, Ice Prince has come out to reveal that he would love to have a collaboration with Shatta Wale. So I'm sure when Shatta Wale heard that, he might be dancing. Ice Prince, we all know, is well established in Nigeria. He's one of the finest artists we have in Nigeria. Now he coming out to say he would want a collaboration with Shatta Wale. I think it's good news not just to his fans, but also to the SN fans, those who are behind the SN fans, or we call them the SN soldiers. So Ice Prince has said that he would want to do a collaboration with Shatta Wale. So after saying that, we hope that maybe, you never can tell, maybe as we speak right now, they're in the studio cooking something very great. So wait to see update from that, how Ice Prince and Shatta Wale get to have a good collaboration. Away from that story, ex-BBNAIJA housemate CEE-C, who was, termed the most bitter woman in Nigeria, now she's come out to advise her fans to not just go with their daily activities, but to embrace God in everything they do. Now she made this, she gave this post out on social media yesterday to celebrate the Muslim brothers all around the world who had their season yesterday. So she asked her fans to embrace God. So former BBNAIJA housemate CEE-C is one that never misses an opportunity to show off her style. Now she has uploaded some fresh professional photos. You see in the photos right now, as she recently took with her fans going gaga. Of course, she's 25 years old now. She shared these stunning photos for a recent photo shoot, and her altar, of course, she gave out everything, and she asked her fans to embrace God. She wrote that actually in a language, in as much as I can speak Igbo, so I wouldn't want to bite my tongue so that Igbo viewers will not criticize me for that. But everything she said is the fact that her fans should embrace God in everything they do. So talking about embracing God, talking about celebrating love, talking about a lot of stuff that is happening in the entertainment news. Not too long, OLAMIDE released one of his latest hit songs, or I think Motigbana or so Motigbana. And now today he's released a new one titled Criteria. Let me pronounce that right. Criteria. So the mastermind of hit songs and street anthem is out with another banger after dropping the viral record titled Motigbana, which went on to top music charts for several weeks, and a notable freestyle dubbed Puna YBNL frontline artist and CEO OLAMIDE adds another feather to his cap with this new record titled Criteria, produced by a veteran on the keys Face. So yes, OLAMIDE is out with a new one. So if you've not seen Motigbana, I think you should first and foremost check out Motigbana, then come and check out Criteria. You know that OLAMIDE is indeed keeping the standard and following his standards for the past couple of years now. Now still in music, South African rapper Nasty C unveils record label. Now this is the same guy who first and foremost said Shatta Wale. He doesn't know Shatta Wale anymore. But later on, yesterday we got a report on how he actually gave Shatta Wale a gangster shout out, acknowledging that Shatta Wale is indeed a superstar. So not too long, he shared to not just his fans but the world at large about his new record label. So Nasty C is now a record label owner. The rap star unveiled his new record label, Tall Racks Record, in an Instagram page. So he wrote a great beat to add to the label already has a signed artist on board. So not too long, he made mention of the fact that he was signed onto a different record label earlier this year, I think February to be precise. But right now the great news is he's now the CEO of his own record label. That is to say, a lot of work on him. He will start mentoring up-and-coming musicians, and if possible sign onto his new record label already existing musicians. So he wrote on his Instagram page with a photo of the record label, the logo to be precise, saying, "Proud to announce I'm a record label owner. My first artist is the amazing Rulers _SA." So he already has his first artist. So yes, the young man already has his first artist. Now it's great how all these young artists that are doing so well in Africa are actually getting to a point where they create their own record label or open their own record label and sign young artists under them, and just for them to keep the pace and keep doing great music here in Africa. Well, those are the major stories we have coming from Ghana, Nigeria, and of course South Africa. Log on to our website www.vnationtv.com. There are more trending stories there. But we'll go for this short commercial break and come back. I'll be taking you through the international stories. We'll be right back.
V Nation Pictures is a production firm in Ghana aimed at becoming the renowned production company in Africa and beyond. Services rendered include film production and editing, shooting of TV commercials and videos, photo shooting, event coverage such as wedding, engagement, parties, funerals, etc. Locate V Nation Pictures inside King Solomon's Heights on the Tampolini Street off the Community 18 Road. Contact V Nation Pictures on 030-3962-776 or 0240-289-952 for booking inquiries. You can also reach us on.
Right, you welcome back. This is still VN News, and we're coming to you from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you're just joining us, you've missed a couple of stories from Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa, but you can get the repost of this particular news bulletin on our YouTube channel. All you just have to do is to subscribe, follow us on our various social media handles, and let's get interactive. Now let's move straight to the international front, where I don't know why this is out, but I think it might be the death-related story. So Aretha Franklin died without a will. Now, when I was producing this particular bulletin, my colleague told me behind the camera that this is going to cause a lot of controversy, maybe between the family or between, you know, those who are managing the music affairs and all the record labels and everything. So yes, the news we're getting right now is that she died without her will. The question you would want to ask is, how is that possible? Because we all know that Aretha Franklin is indeed an icon, and she will of course have a lot of stuffs behind her as property. So Aretha Franklin didn't leave a will behind before her death. Now this is a surprising move for someone of her status, considering she has a hill of years. Now, according to documents obtained by the media reports, the legend didn't leave any plans for her $80 million estate. Now, this $80 million estate is just one of the properties that the media or the general public is aware of. But as it stands, there is no will to it. Well, we don't want to give our own complaints on this, but interestingly, she has a daughter. She has a, yes, I think she has a son actually. She gave birth to the son at the age of 13. So she has a son. So let's just assume the child is going to take everything. But you never can tell. If there is no will, it might be difficult for even the son to lay hold of this property or assets. But at the end of the day, with the entire family or the best, we're going to see how they come out of this. We know definitely they'll come out of it very well, because America is, you know, they have this documented way of living. So definitely, one way or the other, the entire family or those surrounding her will, of course, enjoy from her properties. Away from that story, something I saw and I wasn't so much comfortable, but you know, on a second thought, I think it's his life. Who are we to judge? So Jermaine Jackson, 63, is set to wed 23-year-old girlfriend. The difference is not 2 years, the difference is not 20 years, the difference is not 30 years, the difference is 40 years. Wow. First and foremost, you would want to say, if she's an African girl, yes, she's an African American because she's, you know, light skin and all that. So definitely she has the gene of Africa. If you want to, if she's totally an African, you say maybe she's in because of the money. But the thing here is, when love is leading, money is definitely not the consideration here. So Michael and Janet Jackson's older brother, Jermaine Jackson, 63, says he's getting married to his 23-year-old girlfriend, Made. So yes, so Jermaine confirmed this on impending wedding with the Dutch newspaper. Yes, and they are getting married very soon. Now Jermaine began dating who was a mentor. So actually he was mentoring her. So a couple of, you know, from the mentor, from being the teacher to being the husband. Well, at the end of the day, Jermaine, this is not the first time he's getting married. He has a family already, and I think wow, Jermaine is a father of 7. He already has 7 kids. Wow. Well, this is actually his 4th marriage. 4th marriage. So wish him all the very best. That's the elder brother to Janet Jackson, who recently released a song, and of course the gone but not forgotten legend Michael Jackson. Wish him all the very best. If you found love in a fresh blood, who are you to complain? Well, those are the major stories we have coming up on today's bulletin. Log on to our website www.vnationtv.com for more trending stories. Godwin is up next with Focus Sports.
The power house of entertainment.
The midweek edition of Focal Sports on VN News on VNTV is airborne with me, Godwin Niamatego. Like we do customarily or traditionally, let's start off with some local content first, and then we are starting off with some national team news. Now, the Black Stars will be playing against Kenya, the Harambee Stars, very soon in September 8th. And then the head coach of the Black Stars, that's James KWESI APPIAH'S, has named an 18-man squad to square off against their opponents. It will be recorded that in the first encounter against Ethiopia, the Warriors of Ethiopia, Ghana obliterated them by 5 goals to 0 at the Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium. So against Kenya, maybe we'll be expecting that the Black Stars will replicate that same form. Let me walk you through the list of the 18-man team that was named by the head coach of the team, that's KWESI APPIAH'S. Now, for the goalkeepers, Lawrence Atizigi is in there, who plays for Sosho, Richard Ofori for Maritzburg United. For defenders, Harrison Afful is in there, Daniel Opari, Kasim Nu, John Boy, and also Daniel Amate. Let's not forget that Andy Yadom makes up the list for the defenders. Let's move on to midfielders as well. Ebenezer Efriakwa, who was this week tagged as the most proficient dribbler in the Italian Serie A, is in this set of midfielders. Isaac Saki, Ebenezer Ofori, Christian Achutra Asamu plays for Newcastle United, is in here. Edwin JC, and then Dada Kojo Asamoah makes a return to the Black Stars national team. And also, let's move to the forward line, where you'll be expecting a lot of goals from these attackers. Rafael Dramnau plays for Levante, who is in here. Thomas Tepati. In fact, it's very incredible that Thomas Tepati has transitioned to a forward, or is being tagged as a forward by James KWESI APPIAH'S. Majid Waris is in here. The William Owusu. The most notable names that are conspicuously missing in this list are the Ayew brothers, that's Jordan P. Ayew and then Andre Dede Rami Morgan Ayew. Let's not forget that the substantive captain in the person of Dr. Asamoah Gyan is also out of this particular exclusive list. Let's move on to the international scene. Then we are starting off in Italy, where Juventus have extended the contract of Miralem Pjanic. It will be recorded that Pjanic, the Bosnia and Herzegovina central midfielder, moved to Juventus in about 2 years' time, in the last 2 years, in 2016, to replace Andre Pello, the regista. Now, if you're in Italy and then you know your midfielders very well, there is the central campista, there is also the trequartista. Let's not forget the regista. So Miralem Pjanic is a regista who plays at the deep line playmaker role for Juventus. So he has extended his contract to 2023. So very soon you'll be seeing a lot more from him. He has scored 5 goals in his last 2 seasons for Juventus, so expect more goals from him, and also expect him to create a lot of stars and then recycle possession for Juventus as a footballing club. It's a fantastic player to watch. It's a spectacle to build, and I'm sure that if you're a Juventus fan, if you are recently joined Juventus fan, you are going to enjoy Miralem Pjanic. Let's also move on to another player. So you are moving or jumping ship or zeroing in on Alvaro Morata Martin Boa. He's not extending his contract, no, but he has more or less prepped himself up for the upcoming season. After scoring his goal or breaking the duck against Arsenal, he has charged himself up and then he's targeting 30+ goals. Now, how do you foresee Alvaro Morata Martin Boa grabbing 30 goals in the season? It's a little bit bewildering, but that notwithstanding, Alvaro Morata has established himself as one of the prolific strikers. Now, back in his days at Juventus and also Real Madrid CF, he was contributing a lot of goals when it comes to scoring them. So I won't be surprised if he's able to rack up 30 goals. Last season, he struggled to impose himself as a centre forward for Chelsea, where the likes of Olivier Giroud had to be recalled into the team to get goals for Chelsea. At a point in time, he was struggling to get confidence enough to be banging in the goals. As a striker, the most important thing for you to do is to get your mojo on, get your groove on, and get a lot of goals for your club. And then he has been able to do that as he scored against Arsenal in their 3-2 win against the GHANAIAN FC. Now let's move on to another striker who is of course a Spanish descent. That's Rodrigo Moreno. He has not extended his contract, but instead Real Madrid CF, they are eyeing a move for the Valencia CF striker. Now, a whopping 120 million euros has been tagged as his price tag to move away from Valencia. So if Real Madrid CF are thinking about getting him away from Valencia or the Estadio Mestalla and making him back or getting him back at the Santiago de Bernabeu, then they have to cough up 120 million euros. After the hole left up by Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro commandant, Real Madrid CF are here to get a better replacement. Gareth Frank Bale is there, is someone who can contribute a lot of goals, but per his injury records, per his health status, it's not that person that can guarantee you sustained success. Likewise, Karim Mustafa Benzema, who is more or less like enthused when it comes to contributing and assisting goals. For Benzema is not the sort of striker that you can rely on. So maybe they can get Rodrigo Moreno, who last season grabbed 16 goals for Valencia in the Liga Santander. Maybe it would add up in terms of getting numbers for Real Madrid. They start off on a very wonderful encounter against Getafe, winning by 2-0. That is not the traditional-esque of Real Madrid because against Getafe, you'll be expecting them to deliver the goals, because we have Marco Asensio, Williamson, Marcelo Vieira de Silva Jr. You'll be expecting them to get in the goals for Real Madrid. Let's not forget that Francisco Roman Alacon Suarez Isco is also available for them. Now let's move back to England, where Alejandro Sanchez or Nino Maravilla from Tocopilla in Chile, he has not necessarily extended his contract, in that is he ready to move to a different country, but it's more or less getting Manchester United wet up to play against Tottenham Hotspur on Monday as they square off against the Tottenham Hotspur squad. Now for Manchester United, after performing poorly and abysmally against Brighton and Hove Albion, losing by 3-2. At a point in time, they were losing by 3-1 as at the time of the halftime. So you'll be expecting that maybe if Sanchez moves in to join the squad, maybe they'll be having some sort of exploits or doing exploits at the Old Trafford as they square off against Tottenham Hotspur. Should Manchester United lose that game, it means that they'll be 6 points off the likes of Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool, which is going to be disastrous to the campaign of Manchester United. And the faithfuls of Manchester, they have not been quite more or less like enthused about the performance of their club, per their performance, per the goals they are scoring. It is very, very abysmal for Manchester United, per the lofty standards raised by Sir Alex Ferguson. They have expected him to be doing very well. I'm talking or making reference to Jose Mario dos Santos Felix Marino's side, that is Manchester United. Let's move on to the UEFA Champions League, the parent mother body when it comes to European club competitions in Europe. That is the most prolific tournament, that is the most lucrative tournament. You'd have a lot of teams participating in them, the likes of Manchester United, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid, CF Barcelona. They have been partaking in the annual competition, and this time around they are thinking about bringing on board the VAR, the video assistant referee. Now, one thing that has marked the 21st century is the use of technology. Of course, day in, day out, there is the use of sophisticated gadgets to enhance or improve our lives. That is what football is all about, also improving the game. And then the VAR is into improve football, though a lot of people have different opinions about the VAR, but that notwithstanding, the UEFA body or the UEFA franchise, they are thinking of bringing on board the VR to make sure that indeed the game of football is being improved, and it's going to start off somewhere in the quarter-final stage. I'm very sure that maybe after August 30 that decision will be made. Okay, moving on to our very final story, the last and not least story, that is Liverpool Football Club. I'm going to be a good bearer of news for Liverpool supporters. I'm sure that the Corpites are going to be very enthused about this very particular story or this caption, in the sense that for Liverpool Football Club, they stand a chance of moving on from Pot 2 away from Pot 3. Now, in Pot 3, if they were supposed to be there, they'll be facing up the likes of Napoli, Shakhtar Donetsk, AS Roma, Borussia Dortmund. Of course, if you are going to play in the Champions League and then especially start off in a group stage and coming up against such opponents, more or less your chances are going to be derailed. But when you are playing in Pot 2 and then you have some more or less mediocre teams like the Feyenoord and then the manageable teams, of course you'll be expecting Liverpool will be able to obliterate or trash them or put them in their rightful position. So that's what Liverpool supporters are hoping for, because Benfica, they played against PAOK Thessaloniki last night, and at the end of 90 minutes of football fiesta, it was 1-0. And then should that game continue in that particular tangent, then it means that Liverpool are going to jump from Pot 3 to Pot 2. So it's going to be more or less good news for them. For Pot 2, the likes of Manchester United are placed over there and Tottenham Hotspur. So of course they are going to escape all those big guns over there. So on this note, that's all time will allow us here on VN News. We're on VNT with me, Godwin Yamatego. It returns shortly after this set of breather.
Okay, so that was Focus Sports brought to you by Godwin. There are more stories on our website, www.venationtv.com. You said you're not the bearer of bad news.
Of course, because for Liverpool football fans, they'll be expecting good news. Now, I'm not sure that you want bad news in any sort of manner or any sort of state. No. So regardless of how the news is, you want it to be very good to you.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I'm a bearer of good news.
Okay, interesting. Well, before we let you go, don't forget that you can get a repost of this particular news bulletin on our YouTube channel. All you just have to do is to subscribe. That is, if you're just joining us. It's either you're watching us live on Facebook or live on our TV channel.
But so, Calvin, not to catch you, quick one. The story you did about Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, what's your opinion about that? 63.
Well,
mine 23.
You know, the difference for me, my own concern was the fact that the age gap was very long. 40,
very wide.
Very wide. I mean, he's 40 years ahead of her.
Wow.
Well, but at the end of the day,
yeah,
4 generations. He already has 7 kids. I wouldn't want to mention names, but at the end of the day, it's all boils down to love.
Or you think we should mind our business and sing Chome song?
Of course,
mind your business.
So we are just minding our business.
Okay.
In as much as every celebrity out there, their business is obviously our business.
Our business.
Because that's what we're paid for, to bring the news right.
Absolutely.
So before we let you go, let's give you a recap of our headlines. Ghanaian actress honored in Hollywood. Managers of Beast of No Nation actor Striker responds to issues and they clear the air on that particular one. Olamide releases new music, Criteria. And ex-BBNAIJA housemate CEE-C tells her fans to embrace God. South African rapper Nasty C unveils record label. And on the international story, the more exciting one is the fact that Jermaine Jackson, 63, is set to wed 23-year-old girlfriend.
And in sports, Asamoah Gyan AYEW brothers set to miss out from KWESI APPIAH'S 80-man squad for Kenya clash. Also, Alexis Alejandro Sanchez Nino Moravilla offers defiant injury update as Manchester United seek to get season back on track. And finally, UEFA consider introducing VAR from Champions League quarterfinals in attempt to build on World Cup success.
So this is of all the stories and more we brought to you earlier on today's bulletin. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Don't forget to follow us, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. They should follow us everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
They should follow us everywhere.
Everywhere.
So once again, my name is Kev. Everywhere you go, interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to mention the brand that
No.
I
Said everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go.
Yes.
Once again, my name is Kelvin
And mine is Godwin Niamategu.